Hi everyone, and welcome to Building Skills and Understanding Careers. My name is Audrey Walls and I'm part of the Career Services staff here at Business Career Services, and today we'll be presenting on a basic overview of what you need to know to get your career started, especially for information systems majors. We'll cover our services at BCS, which are available online this semester, how to get involved and build skills as an IS major, the most common IS job titles and where to search for them, and lastly, how to set up an appointment with BCS if you need to. So now that we have a roadmap, let's go ahead and get started. First up is an overview of our services here at Business Career Services. If you don't know us already, our physical location is B1102 in Sneed Hall, right around the corner from Bleecker Street Cafe. But for this semester, we're offering all of our services virtually, which means appointments, programs, career fairs, all of it is online. Our one-on-one appointments can cover literally anything related to your career search, from reviewing resumes and cover letters to job searching and career exploration, right up to practicing interviews and accepting job offers when you get them. You can also make an appointment with us about things like setting up your LinkedIn profile, using Handshake, or even going to grad school if that's something that you're thinking about pursuing. Some programs in the second column that we run outside of our one-on-one appointments are the Monday morning This Week in Sneed Hall emails, electronic resume review using our new software system that's called VMOC. We post jobs and internships in Handshake all the time, and we use VCU BizConnect as a way to connect students with alumni in the business community, as well as our own fancy new YouTube playlist that has videos for just about every topic, including a series that we recently did on job searching during COVID-19. Last but definitely not least, our fall career fair is coming up, and that'll be held virtually for this semester. It'll be on September 15th from 11 to 3, and there will be group events on Zoom as well as one-on-one time slots where you'll be able to talk with employers and recruiters, the same as you would if you were going up to tables at a career fair. You're required to register ahead of time and choose the companies that you're interested in for a one-on-one so that we're able to schedule a time slot for you, which is pretty cool because that means if that you're interested in a specific company, we can guarantee that you'll be able to talk with them if you act soon enough and we're able to reserve you a spot. So you won't have to elbow people to get to the front of your favorite table and make sure that you talk to somebody. We can go ahead and reserve that time for you. Alright, so next up, let's talk about some things that you can specifically do as an information systems major to really amplify your experience while you're in school at VCU. So on this slide here, we've put information into 3 different buckets: on campus, on your own, and through internships. For on campus, a huge number of our IS majors end up joining up with the Association of Information Technology Professionals, or AITP, which has a really active chapter here in Richmond. Here at VCU, IS students can also participate in the RAM Hacks competition every year, and that's held through the College of Engineering. This year it's taking place on September 26th and 27th, and it'll be completely online, so you don't have to be on campus or physically in Sneed Hall in order to participate. You can build your team and do it all remotely, which is really unique for this semester. The Information Systems Alumni Association at VCU also has a really broad and active chapter, and they host events and talks throughout the year, so the IS department will hopefully be letting y'all know about that information as well. Other things to consider are the Training at VCU website, which is available to students, faculty, and staff at VCU, and they often have several trainings that are posted by TS, or Technology Services, which is our main tech department here at VCU. You can get certified on things like SPSS for research, or TechSmith products, and other software as well. And last in that column, think about those academic projects that you've been working on. And by that I mean any big project that you've been doing in an IS or an IS related class. Has there been a big group project that you've had to manage? Was there a big project that you did solo where you worked on your own for a whole semester and involved creativity or programming skills where you had to build something? These are really great indications that you're using the skill set that you'll take with you to work already. You're just doing it in an academic setting first. So these are things to put on your resume for sure. In the second column here, in the on your own part, think about LinkedIn Learning for sure, with lots of opportunities to brush up on IT and business environment skills. For our programming folks, Python for Beginners, or WikiPython, is a great place to get started with learning Python. MIT OpenCourseware is a shared learning tool that lets real professors at MIT post their MIT classes and lectures online, and anyone can dig into it. RVA Tech is also an organization here that has a really active chapter, and it's a wide-ranging listserv that you can sign up for to get alerts and notifications for in Richmond as well. You could also consider getting certified or adding additional training using Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Most trainings cost about $100, and you can also join up with the ISSA, so the Information Systems Security Association, for our security folks, which is a professional organization that has active chapters throughout the U.S. and offers student dues, which are really inexpensive compared to what you would pay if you were a young professional. And our last column here, in through internships. Internships are, of course, the most common and go-to ways that we think of gaining quote-unquote experience in a field, of course. Internships can be paid or unpaid, depending on where you look, although most paid internships start around $12 to $15 an hour. Internships usually run a semester, so that's a fall semester, a spring semester, or the summer, and they can average about 10 to 20 hours a week during the school year. But sometimes those hours can be more over the summer, especially if you aren't taking classes or interning in a place that's other than Richmond. So one thing that's really cool for IS folks is that over 60% of employers who have taken on a VCU IS major as an intern will make a full-time offer to that intern at some point. It may not come directly after your internship is over. It might come later down the line in your senior year if you do the internship in your junior year and you're finishing your degree and you reach back out to that employer who hired you for the internship. But it's a good indication that if you're able to get an internship or two, it can be a really meaningful step in getting a job offer after you graduate, especially if you make a good impression and you stay in contact. So that's really unique for our IS folks, that 60% of you, if you have an internship, might end up landing a full-time job at that site. So if we're thinking about all these common IS jobs, we're going to think about the titles that go along with them and things that you should be searching for. So this slide is about two categories or job families that you can often see along with some examples of employers that past information system students have landed. So first off, with that first column, is going to be what we call the business side of IS. So this is the people and the project side. You're going to be looking for an analyst position for sure, but also think about consulting or managing as some buzzwords that you look for, either in the job title or the job description. These are your folks who are thinking about projects and how to implement technology. And quite frankly, they're just out and about and talking to people and solving problems and kind of communicating more than folks that go the technical or the creative route. So the opposite of this is our technical side of IS. This is the middle column. These are going to be folks who really embed themselves into the systems and the administration of technology. So these are our developers and our programmers and our engineers who spend their days coding, designing, experimenting with things, but not necessarily so much people. There can still be a really good level of creativity with these jobs and a lot of room for exploration, but it's not as much people-person skills required, depending on the role. And lastly, in our last column here, some places that our IS majors have interned and landed roles with are things like CarMax, the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, Dominion, WestRock, Accenture, CoStar, all the heavy hitters here in Richmond. But we also get a good amount of employers who come in from out of state. So if you're location flexible, definitely take a look at who's coming to the career fair in September and stake out who your favorites are and mention to them that you are location flexible and you're willing to move outside of Richmond if that's something that interests you. So now that we've covered job titles, let's think about where we should search for these jobs, which is our next slide. Ta-da! These 3 websites are really our holy trinity: Handshake, LinkedIn, and Indeed. You can look other places like Glassdoor, Snagajob, Monster, or even Craigslist if you want to, but those postings tend to be less vetted and less filtered, so you may have to wade through a lot of slush before you get to something that's meaningful. Handshake, LinkedIn, and Indeed all have highly customizable filtering tools that allow you to really laser point your job or your internship search if you want to. You can also make appointments with us to specifically go over job searching and using these platforms if you like to. So that brings me to my next slide. How to make appointments. So if you log into Handshake, you'll see a toolbar at the top of the page that looks a lot like this one up here. And you'll want to click on Career Center, which is where that green arrow is pointing. Then you'll have a series of prompts that will ask you to choose your appointment type, and then you'll choose a series of questions with what day or time you want to make the appointment for, who you want to meet with if you have a specific career coach in mind, and then what topics you want to cover, so on and so forth. Once you fill all that out, you'll hit Submit, and then you'll get a confirmation email from Handshake pretty fast. So check your email for that too. The career coach who you've met with will also be in contact with you if you've made your appointment over phone or Zoom, which are the 2 ways that we're taking appointments this semester. So, to get to that, here is other contact information you should know. Like I mentioned at the beginning, our physical location is B1102 Sneed Hall, but we're taking appointments through Zoom and phone for this semester, and that's anytime from 9 to 4:30. You can call us at 804-827-1801, or you can drop us an email at bizcareer@vcu.ecu. So our website is easily found using this address. The School of Business main website has us linked on there as well, or, you can just Google us, VCU Business Career Services, and we'll pop up. And lastly, you can follow us on social media for some fun stuff and good information as well, because we're on Instagram at SneedLife. So that is a wrap for me and this presentation. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your class today, and seriously let us know if there's anything we can do to help you out career-wise. Working with students is easily all of our most favorite part of the job, except for making presentations like this, of course. So don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We hope you have a really great rest of your day. Don't forget to be excellent to each other, and we hope to see you guys in for an appointment soon. So have a good one, and hopefully see you soon.